Tell them to say hi so we know who's on. Hi guys, hope you're having a nice Saturday morning. If you go to number 7, Chilled Brave Beat, I think it's called. Yep, that's it. That's the playlist I'm playing today, so we can start that together. So we're on the same wavelength as far as music. And also, I wanted to just give you a little quick update on what we're doing today so you can prepare your space. I'm using a yoga block, so if you have one of those at home, great. If you don't, then you can use a pile of books or a pillow. I'd recommend that you grab a couple of things now from around the living room or wherever you are at the moment, just to have them near you so you can keep up with the class with me. Also, I use for my back knee a little bit of an old pad from like a camping mat, just because I really want to look after my knees, and we're doing a lot of knee on the floor both flexibility and strength exercises. So I recommend you get a towel and you have it sort of folded up so it's nice and thick, and you have that near you now. You can use a blanket, or if you have a small pillow as well, that works. So just grab those things now so you have all your little props ready. And when you have your little set, you can just come down onto your back. And we'll start here. So today we're working on strength and flexibility within the hip flexors and the hips. If you place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly, we'll start the class today with some breath work. So this is called 2-point breathing. And what we'd like to do is to inhale first into the chest so the chest rises up, and then inhale to the belly so the belly rises up. So you're getting that really full breath. And then we exhale from the belly first so the belly falls, and then the chest falls with the continued exhale. So inhale to the chest, feel it rise. Then inhale to the belly. You notice you'll have a little bit more with the belly. Exhale belly, exhale chest. And now continue with your own breath with the same technique. See if you can relax your elbows into the floor and relax your shoulders if you're feeling tension there. We'll take a few more breaths here in our own time. Taking it slow and being gentle with yourself. Seeing if you can find softness in the shoulders and arms if you're really feeling tense during this exercise. This is teaching us to breathe into our diaphragm and not just into our chest. So breathing deep into the belly, which tells our body that we are safe and we can relax. Turns off that flight or fight response and allows the body to gently start to relax the more we breathe into the belly. And on your last exhale, you can take your hands off your chest and your belly, and you should have your block next to you if you can grab your block. We're working early on strengthen the glutes and the quads. So I'm placing the block in between my thighs. You can place a water bottle or a pillow or books. And I want you to tickle the backs of your heels. That's when you know you're in the right spot. Push your heels into the floor and the ball of your foot, but raise your toes up. From here, just gently raise your glutes and lower back. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your quads. You're squeezing that block as hard as you can. Now we're staying low. We're not going the full way up. And then exhale slowly down to the ground. So the lower back comes to ground. Inhale, we rise up again, low, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the quads, lift the toes, push through the heels, pull the heels towards you. This is really active. You can even have a little squeeze of your own booty and check that it's working, that it's not disengaged. And exhale, slowly lower down. I can imagine Tash laughing. Slowly start to come up. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze the quads. You really have to think about the muscle groups here because we constantly deactivate in this pose. Push through the heels, squeeze the glutes even more. Exhale, slowly come down. One more set. Gently come up. Now you'll start to feel maybe that it's easier to engage the quads and engage the glutes because you're starting to get that practice of engagement. Exhale, slowly come down. This time we're going into the full range of our flexibility. So as we inhale, we come up, lifting the hips up high. So we're pushing the hips up towards the roof. We're squeezing the glutes, tilting the tailbone down, pushing through the heels, and then dragging the heels back towards your head. What this does is it engages all the muscles. Squeeze the quads as much as you can, chin to chest. Keep squeezing. Exhale, slowly start to come down. Upper back, middle back, lower back to floor. You ready for a second round? Gently starting to come up to full extension. Squeeze the glutes, tilt the tailbone, push through the heels, pull the heels back, squeeze the block, hold. You should start to feel that pressure and tension start to rise in the muscles. Slowly start to come down. Upper back, middle back, lower back to floor. Coming up again. You ready? Last one. Lifting the glutes up. Squeeze the block. Squeeze the glutes. Tilt the tailbone down. And hold a little bit more. Now, if you're feeling like this isn't working, squeeze a little harder. And slowly coming down. So we take it to the next level now, placing your block in between your knees or your books or a pillow. We're going to do one leg raises. So I'll start with the left because that's what you can see. So I'm going to come up into my bridge and raise my left leg up. Now, if this doesn't happen for you, you can bend the knee a little bit. That makes it a little easier. Squeeze the block loads, push through that right heel, and you can start to lift the glute up, and you'll feel the glute on the right side really start to engage and gently come down. We have 3 of these. You ready? Gently coming up. So palms on the floor to help you balance. Push through that heel, pull it towards you, squeeze the booty, and exhale to come down. So if you're not feeling it, you really need to bring your mind's eye into that glute, lifting up. So knees are even, you're not twisting in the hips, push through the heels, push the hips up, squeeze the glutes, pull that heel back towards you, and exhale to come down. I hope you're feeling it because I'm feeling it. And knees together, left foot down this time, we do the other side. So gently we start to come up, raise the right leg up. So straight or bent, it doesn't matter. So squeeze the glutes, push the hips up, keep the hips even. Slowly come down. Exhale. Inhale to rise up. Pushing through that heel is really important. Driving it into the floor. Squeeze the glutes, tilt that tailbone. Exhale, come down. Inhale to rise. Again, the same deal. Squeeze, push up the hips, tilt tailbone down, squeeze the booty, and exhale to come down. Whoa. Putting that block next to you, bringing your knees into your chest, giving yourself a little hug. I can't believe Stevie did my other splits class before this one. She's going to be already feeling that. And we'll do a gentle rock and roll up. So coming back and over if this doesn't feel nice for your spine, you can just come and meet us in boat pose, which is this. So option 1 for boat, the shins are parallel to the floor. Option 2, you're going to open up your arms and then straighten your legs. This is the second option. So the more open your chest is, the harder it is. We're going to go down for 10 counts. 10, squeeze your legs together. 9, 8, smile, it hurts less. 7, 6, halfway. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Get your trusty block or pillow and place it on top of your knee. So you want your shin parallel to the floor with an active toe. So flex towards your shin. Left elbow goes on top of the block, and you want to push the block into your knee and push the knee into your block. This creates tension. Your left hand comes to grab the back of your head. Right arm goes over the head, and then we lift that right leg so it's floating off the floor. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, rise out. Exhale, elbow to knee. So push the knee into the elbow and the elbow into the knee to create tension. Inhale out. Keep pushing that left knee and block together. Exhale, coming back in. Inhale to rise out. Exhale, back in. Now, when you come back in, knee to elbow, push them together. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. We have 5 more to go. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. So that left hand supporting your head so you feel like your neck can relax. And exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale. We got one more. Exhale. And gently releasing down. So doing the other side. So getting your block, placing it this time on the right leg. So flexing your toes, so your toes going towards your shin. Right elbow goes against the block and push the block into the knee and the knee into the block. Your right hand goes behind your head. So this is going to make sure your neck doesn't hurt. That's the whole point of this. Left leg goes out, left arm goes out. Exhale, bring it in. So bringing them really into touch and push them together. Inhale to open. Exhale in. You can make a noise that actually feels better. Inhale, open. Exhale, lion's breath. Inhale, open. Exhale in. Inhale, we're halfway. Exhale in. You start to feel the burn now, right? Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale. We've got 3 more. You ready? So last ones. 2 more. 1 more. And then gently drop the head down. Whew, we've activated the glutes and the core now. Gentle rock and roll. Back, massaging the spine, coming onto your knees and meeting me back in our first tabletop of the day. We'll have some little cat-cows to wake up the spine. So inhale, belly drops, gaze goes up. Exhale, push the floor away. This feels really good to stretch out the core as well after core exercises. Tilt tailbone up, drop belly. Feel that stretch through the core. Exhale, push the floor away. Inhale, 1 more, drop belly, gaze up. Exhale to neutral spine. Right leg goes out. You want to watch that you're not dumping into your back, so tilt your tailbone so it's straight. Bend your knee, foot is flexed with little pulses straight up. So this is just the booty work. So the thing about flexibility is you also need stability and strength. This is why we spend a little longer at the start of the class making sure these muscles are nice and engaged and strong to protect you. Exhale, bring the knee down. Don't drop it. We're going out to the side so you can see the fire hydrant. This is like a dog peeing on a wall, right? It's really not elegant, but that's exactly what we're doing. So rising up, I want you to go to full extension so your knee is the same level as your hip, and then little pulses, yeah? So this again is glutes and hands and quads. So foot is flexed, little pulses, gaze down, and gently rise it, take it back to center. Let's do the other side together. So this time the left leg goes out straight, tilt tailbone, bend the knee, the foot is flexed, little pulses straight up. Just watch if you're bending into your back. You want to tilt your pelvis and tuck your tailbone so you're protecting your lower back here. So pulses straight up, just glute work. You'll feel it. If it starts to burn, you're in the right spot. You're like, stop talking, stop it. Exhale, bring the knee in. Don't let it drop out to the side. Knee is the same level as your hip and gentle pulses up. Keep your foot flexed. Whew. So this is activating different muscles around the hips to make sure we're nice and stable. Knee comes down. First downward facing dog. It should feel nice and juicy after all of those activating strength work. Relax neck and head. Walk out the feet. Push down through the thumb and index finger. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Shake the head yes and no. Release the neck. Look between the hands, bend the knees. Step or jump between the hands. Inhale to flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, we bend through the knees and slowly rise up. Hands to heart center. And just standing here for a moment, relaxing the shoulders down. So today's theme is we're going to be accepting and releasing as to what point that we are at and where we are at in both of our yoga practice. But this also can relate to life as well. having a sense of acceptance and release. Big breath in, raise the hands up. Exhale to fold. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, hands down, option to step, or if you want to jump back, you're welcome. First chaturanga, knees to floor, elbows come beside the sides of the body. Inhale to come up into baby cobra or upward facing dog if you feel warm enough. Tuck toes, push up and back, downward facing dog. Look between the hands, option to step or to jump between the hands. Inhale to halfway lift, and exhale, we fold. Inhale, slowly rise up, hands come up through heart center, maybe a little back bend, squeeze the glutes. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise halfway. Exhale, hands to floor, option step or jump back into high plank. Full chaturanga, come forward over the hands, tuck your elbows to beside your body like a tricep push-up, stay nice and straight through the torso and come all the way to the floor. Inhale to upward facing dog or baby cobra. If you're in your up dog, roll your shoulders back, squeeze your glutes to protect your lower back. Tuck your toes, push up and back, down dog. Big breath in, exhale, release. Look between hands, option step or jump between. Inhale halfway, exhale, fold forward. Bend through knees, stacking the vertebra, roll up, hands come through heart center. Inhale, rise. And exhale to fall. Inhale to halfway. Exhale, hands down, step or jump back into high plank. Option to come down to 90 degrees in the elbows and then flip up into your floating upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Look between the hands, step or jump between the hands. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend through knees to slowly tilt through, up through the pelvis. Hands rise overhead. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Step or jump back, high plank. Move through your flow, whichever option you wish today. If you're feeling strong, you can stay at 90 degrees in the elbows. You can have a one-legged chaturanga, whatever you feel. If you feel like you're a little bit more tired today, you can have your knees on the floor. Inhale, raise the right leg up. Exhale, sweep between the hands. Inhale, rise, warrior one. So warrior one, the hips are twisted towards the front of the room. So we have space between the hips. So we call this train tracks. You hear that a lot in our classes. Hips are straight, not twisted. Hands up, tilt the pelvis down, lift through the chest. Exhale, warrior two. So you notice I move my back foot in warrior two because the front heel is in line with the instep of the back foot. Front knee is over the ankle and gaze to the front middle finger. So you look nice and flat if someone wants to see you from the front. Come a little deeper into that front knee, lift the toes, push through the heel, activate that quad. Exhale, hands to floor, move through your flow, high to low plank. Inhale to come up, and exhale, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Left leg rises up, inhale. Exhale, sweep between the hands. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Checking your hips. I have to sometimes turn my hips because they sneak open. Just see if that's happened for you. Come deeper into the front knee, hands up. Exhale, warrior two, move the back foot. Check your heel to arch alignment. Front knee over front ankle, gaze to front middle finger. Lift front toes, come a little deeper. See, this is an opener. So if you can place your hands on the inside of your thighs and push them away from each other, that's the sensation we're looking for in a warrior two. Exhale, hands to floor. Step back, choose your flow. Whichever option, knees down is always cool. Knees up or one-legged chaturanga if you're feeling real strong. Inhale, raise the right leg up. Exhale, sweep between the hands. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. We move quickly. Now bend the front knee, reach forward. Keep that. I like to place my hand on my back hip, reach forward, and then tilt down into Trikonasana or triangle. Now the neck can be relaxed. I want you to see if you can avoid dumping into the floor and drive up. There's quite a few reasons for this, but a lot of the reason is because dumping in is bad for your joints, and it also means you're not activating your core. Relax neck and head. If you're really hypermobile and your knee, you can tell that your knee's going in, you need a little bend in that front knee. I don't have that problem. I'm quite stiff. Bend through that front knee, gently rise up into Warrior Two. Cartwheel hands to floor. Move through your flow. High to low. Inhale to come up. And exhale, down dog. Left leg rises, breath in. Exhale, sweep between the hands. Inhale, rise, Warrior One. Exhale, Warrior Two. Straighten front leg, right hand on right hip to open the hip. Reach forward with left hand, triangle pose. So tilting down from the hip, raising top arm up, but gaze can be down towards the bottom leg. There's no need to create more tension and compression in the neck. Lift the toes on the front foot, push through the front heel, squeeze your legs together, keep active. Bend through that front knee, Warrior Two, exhale. Then hands to floor. Move through your options. So knees on the floor is always an option. Inhale to up dog. And exhale to down dog. If you're Ross, you're doing push-ups in between like a gangster. Inhale, raise the right leg up. Exhale, sweep between the hands. Inhale, rise, Warrior One. Exhale, Warrior Two. Straighten front leg, triangle pose. Reach forward and down. Gently coming back to Warrior Two. Straighten the front leg, hands together. Turn both of the feet to face the computer. So one way. Hands on the hips. Now from here, thumbs in the sacrum, wrap your fingers around your hips, elbows are back. Push your hips forward, have a little back bend. Then exhale, tilt forward, hands to the floor, wide leg fold forward. So from here, if you want to take it a little deeper, start to walk your hands so they're in line with your feet, or maybe grab the outsides of your feet. Bend your elbows so they're out to the sides to give you space in the shoulders. Little bend in the knees if you're feeling a lot of pressure in the hamstrings is okay. Just have a play and see what feels all right for you. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, bending into snake squat on the right side. So coming into a deep stretch on the right. So the toes are facing towards the roof. You might be up here, and that's absolutely okay. You might be on the floor. Just have a play with where you're at and what feels good. Inhale, coming back through center, and exhale down to the left. So we're getting into those hamstrings. Hands can come to prayer if that feels okay, and you're on flat on your foot. If you're up on your top of your toe, keep your hands on the floor. Inhale to center, coming halfway, hands on the hips, and then walking around to the front, stepping back into your high plank, lowering down, moving through your flow, and exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg raises. Exhale, sweep between the hands. Inhale, rise, Warrior One. Exhale, Warrior Two. Straighten front knee, triangle, reaching forward, tilt down. Inhale, raise through Warrior Two. Straighten front leg, turn the body towards the other way. Turn both of your feet to face the other side of the room. Put your hands in your sacrum, fingers around the hips, elbows back, squeeze glutes, little back bend. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. So if your head's close to the floor in this pose, which mine isn't because I'm very tight today, Stevie probably feels my pain during my last class. You can bend your knees a little bit, but if your head's on the floor, bring your feet closer together. It makes it more of a challenge. Maybe interlace fingers around the big toe. Inhale to straighten through spine. Exhale to pull yourself a little deeper. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, snake squat, coming into the right side, flexing the toes towards the shin to get through the back of the leg. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. So just being mindful of how this feels. If it feels horrible, just stay upstairs and stay in strength. Inhale back to center, straighten through spine. Then move the hands towards the front of the foot, so framing front foot. And move through your flow. So one-legged chaturanga is also an option if you want to go there. And exhale, down dog. We go there again and add a few extra poses on. Inhale, raise the right leg up. Exhale, sweep between the hands. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, warrior two. Straighten the front knee, Trikonasana, reach forward and down, triangle pose. Inhale, rise through bending that front knee. Exhale, hands to come to center, both feet face the front. Exhale, hands onto hips, open, little back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to rise, exhale to fold a little deeper. Inhale halfway, exhale, snake squat into the right. You go a little faster. Inhale to center, exhale to the other side. Inhale to center, hands on the hips. Come up halfway, take a breath. Exhale the whole way up. Turn both the feet to face the front of the room. Step your back foot halfway in, coming into pyramid. So I'm on my train tracks for my hips. I'm going to touch my hips here and fold forward from my hips into pyramid. So this is so my hips stay straight. And the back is also straight. We're not rounding yet. So from here, maybe your hands come to the floor or a tall block. If you feel like you've got more and you want to fold towards that front knee or the front shin, please go ahead. A little micro bend in the front knee is also really great. If you have a lot of pressure in those hamstrings. Check your hips, make sure they're even and they're not twisting. I need a little bit of extra wide width, so I'm taking a little bit of a step out. Hands come a little bit further forward. We're coming into a standing leg split. Bring the back leg up. So this is the same as what we're getting into later, but it's in strength rather than flexibility. So we're using strength to pull that back leg up, and we're folding over our front leg. The front right hand stays in front of the face. Left hand can grab the back of the ankle or anything that you can of your foot, and maybe fold forward even more to get that extra flexibility in your folding or standing splits. Hold for one more breath. When you've had enough, just come into ragdoll. So you're grabbing your elbows and folding over your legs, gently rocking from side to side. Gently bend through the knees and slowly rise up, stacking the vertebrae on top of each other, hands to heart. Inhale to rise, exhale to fall. Inhale halfway, exhale hands down, step or jump back, high plank down to low. Inhale, rise up, and exhale, down dog. We do that again on the other side. You ready? Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, sweep between the hands. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Straighten front leg, triangle pose. Reach forward, tilt down. Inhale, come back up, warrior two. Exhale, hands come to center. Turn both feet to face the other way. Hands come onto the hips. A little back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen through spine. Exhale to fold a little deeper. Maybe grabs the backs of the sides of the feet. Inhale halfway. Exhale, coming into snake squat on the right side. We go a little faster. Inhale to center. Exhale to left. Inhale to center. Straighten halfway. Put hands on your hips. Come halfway up. Take a breath in. Exhale, rise the full way up. Turn both your feet to face the front of the room. Get on your train tracks, so make sure you have width. Step your foot about 2 foot widths apart. Hands on the hips, tilt forward. So I'm actually grabbing my hip bones and tilting them forward so my hips are straight and my back is straight. Maybe hands come to floor. Inhale to lengthen through spine. Exhale to fold. Maybe you can start to get your head towards your knee or your front shin. So inhale to lengthen through lower back and spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to fold. Gently come up halfway, hands come out in front of your face. Step your back foot up, standing leg splits. So push through your back ball of the foot to really engage the back leg. Lift it up a little higher. Think about your left glute. See if you can squeeze it and lift a little more. The right hand this time comes to the ankle or the back of the leg. You don't have to take this option. You can stay exactly in the first option. If you want to go more into flexibility, fold forward over that front leg. The aim eventually is to get your shin and your forehead or your knee in contact. Hold for one more big breath. And whenever you've had enough, just come into ragdoll. So stepping your feet together, grab your elbows. I'm sure there's some statistics, I can't even talk, some people that would have really loved that pose. I know that. Sadistic, that's the word. I'm like, gently starting to rise up, bending through the knees, hands come through heart center, rise. Exhale, probably Emma, because she's so flexible. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands down. Option step or jump back into your high plank. Move through your vinyasa. And we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to rise. Exhale, knee to right elbow, hold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, knee to left elbow, hold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, sweep the foot between the hands. We're going to lower our back knee, so I'm padding up my back knee. Place the back knee on the floor, and we'll just stay here for a moment in a deep runner's lunge. So normally in my classes, when we're in runner's lunge, we're much higher and more in strength, but today we are going into that place of flexibility. So the hips are coming forward, the hips are even, so not twisting open. So I'm playing with the mixture of strength and flexibility to allow us to get deeper into our flexibility. So I'll show you what I mean. Interlace fingers, place them on your front thigh, push into your front thigh and then bring it forward. So this makes us go deeper into the hip flexors on the left. Inhale to rise up. Right hand goes on the inside of the right thigh. Push your hand into your thigh and your thigh into your hand. You start to feel everything engage on that right leg. So pushing hand into thigh, thigh into hand, really, really active, and then come forward with that same activation. So this is coming into flexibility with strength. Keep holding, it's really hard, huh? Hands on the hips. And then gently come up. Coming into your half split. So we're straightening into that front leg, and you can feel this stretch to the front of your hamstring. Check your hips if they're even, they're not twisting. Hands are just on the floor, and neutral neck. So gently drawing chin to chest. Coming back into your runner's lunge. Coming into a strength place again. Move your back foot a little bit further forward. We're coming into aero lunge. Hands interlaced on front thigh. I'm just going to lift the back knee on the left just off the floor using glute strength. This should either be really hard or if it's not, you're very strong. Hands up if you're finding it easy. Hands up. Holding one more breath. Exhale, hands to floor first, then we drop the knee. Walking that right foot over towards the left-hand side, coming into lizard pose. So walking, maybe this is your lizard with your palms on the floor. Maybe you can walk your elbows down. So if you are down here with me, just seeing if you can relax the neck and head. So this is a place of pure flexibility. Keep that right foot flat on the floor, so no twisting yet. Keep the right knee in towards the right shoulder. That'll deepen the stretch. If you're opening the hips, it makes it easier. Gently come up. Now your option here, if you want to, is to reach back and grab your left knee and bring it in gently. This is really strong through the quads. So if you know your quads are not very happy, just avoid this one. You can also do it through a twist, but we'll be doing that later. Neck and head is just relaxed. We'll stay here for a couple of breaths. Watch that knee on the left side. If it's painful, make sure you pat it up, okay? Gently let that back left leg fall, and we come into our flying dragon. So we're coming onto the outside of the left foot. So it looks like this from the front. Can you see my left foot? So coming onto the outside blade edge of the left foot, right foot, And placing the right hand on the inside of the right thigh. We're just gently rolling it out and opening through the chest. It's a flying dragon. Relaxing neck and head, you don't have to look up. A little micro bend in that left elbow is also going to make sure you're not really dumping into joints. If you have extra flexibility and you want to reach back with the right hand and grab your foot, which looks like this, from the side, you can, if you have that flexibility and it feels okay. If you're super bendy, like Emma or someone, you might be able to come back down onto your elbow, but just choose whatever option's good for you. Open up your chest, relax your head. Gently release that back foot, walking the right foot over towards the left side, coming into half pigeon. Woo, feeling the glutes. So look behind you, check that your foot, the top of your foot is flat on the floor and your hips are even. If they're not, because I'm quite tight after a class I did this week, I'm going to plop a block underneath my right glute, which is going to make sure my hips are straight. And then from there, I can fold forward. This actually is much more intense now in my glute because I straighten my hips and I'm not cheating by rolling over onto the right-hand side. So make sure you're really honest with your pigeon. It'll reward you with a lot more flexibility. If your shin's parallel to the floor, flex your toes. Otherwise, point your foot. It protects your knee. And just relaxing forward and down. Letting the head land on the floor if it can, or a block. I'm uber stiff today, so I'm going to use a block for my head. Seeing if in that pressure and tension in the hip, you can breathe into that space. And seeing if there's muscles around the hip joints in the area that is feeling tension that you can release. See if there's other tension in the shoulder and the jaw that you can release. Making space between the teeth, moving the tongue around the mouth. Three more breaths here to find the really juiciest part of this stretch. If you're like me and really struggling today, just trying to bring that mind's eye back to the breath and see if there's anything else you can try to relax. And your last third breath, gently start to walk up. Oh. Removing that block if you had one, or a pillow. And sweeping that back leg around towards the front. Placing the right foot on the inside of the left thigh, removing some glute padding so that you're on your sit bones. Inhale, rise up, and exhale to fold over the left leg. Keeping the chest nice and open, trying not to round too much. We're trying to, as an initial point, get our chest on our quad. If we can get there, then you can start to roll your forehead towards your front shin. Gently rising up, bringing your feet into cross-legged position and stepping back into your high plank, moving through your flow of choice, coming down to the floor. Inhale to rise up and exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to right elbow, hold. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to left elbow, hold. Inhale, back up. Exhale, sweep between the hands, left knee on the floor, grab your padding, place it underneath your right knee. And from here, we just stay with our hips coming forward in flexibility, even not twisting, but allowing to start to feel through that front hip flexor. The neck can just be relaxed. Gently start to rise up, interlace fingers around that front quad, push down and then pull that hip forward, trying to keep them even. but pushing into that front quad to draw the hip in. You'll feel that that stretch is really going to deepen now. Tilt through the tailbone, lift through the chest, chin towards the chest, so neck is neutral. Inhale, come back up to center, so your back knee is over your back hip. And we're going to bring our left hand on the inside of our left quad, and we're going to push the hand into the quad and push the quad into the hand. So you not only feel this leg, the left leg activate, you feel the right leg activate as well. From this place of strength, we're tilting forward in the hips. We keep pushing into the hand, and this is strength and flexibility together, which is really tough. So push that hand into the quad, push the quad into the hand, come a little deeper, come to the end range of your flexibility where it still feels okay, no pain. Then slowly rise up. If you think you're able, you can come down to the ground and reach back behind you, grab your back leg, reaching the hips forward. This is going to get more into your quad. And also, if you feel like you've got more flexibility, you can lean forward, which will get more into your hip flexor as well. So your left hand is just on the floor protecting, so you feel nice and balanced. Exhale, lower the back knee. Half split, stepping back, straightening that front leg, feeling through the back of the hamstring. Whew. Check your hips, make sure they're even, you're not twisting. Inhale to lengthen through spine, exhale to fold a little more. Exhale, come back to runner's lunge. Coming into aerial lunge, remember that one? So walk the back foot a little bit further in, hands interlace on the front quad. Then we're going to lift the back knee just a little bit off the floor. And hands up if you're finding it easy. If you're finding it hard, just keep your hands on your quad. Come a little lower with that back knee. It's really easy to come high. I don't want you to come high. I want you to come low because this is working on hip flexor strength. One more breath. Exhale, hands to floor first. Then you can bring the knee to the floor. Walking the left foot over towards the side, coming into lizard. Elbows can come onto the floor here, and you can relax neck and head. You don't have to come to the floor. You can make a fortress of blocks and stay upstairs and put your elbows on the blocks. Or you can just have your hands on the floor with straight arms. Whatever flexibility you feel that you have today, you can start to play in that range. Wherever you are, see if you can make the neck and head just be heavy and relaxed. Left foot walks even further towards the left side of the room, coming up onto your hands if you're on your elbows. Flying dragon, coming onto the outside blade of the left foot. Left hand on the inside of the quad, not the knee, as you gently open the quad and look over left shoulder. A little micro bend in the right elbow, so we're not dumping into joints. This might be it for you today, and this might feel really strong, so stay here. If you want a little more, you can reach behind you with the back arm and grab your back leg and bring it in. If you feel like you even have more, you can come down onto your elbow on the other side, opening up. So just take your edge where you feel most comfortable and relaxing neck and head. So right ear comes towards right shoulder. Gently releasing the back knee. Coming into pigeon on the other side. So the left foot goes over towards the right. I'm super tight today, so I can tell I'm already dumping onto my left glute. So I'm grabbing a block, I'm placing it there to keep my hips straight, and I instantly feel that stretch. It's intense. So then you can start to bring your elbows onto the floor, if that feels okay. Maybe even your head comes to the floor and you fully release. And taking 3 more breaths wherever you are. Melting a little further, getting the last little bits out of the stretch. Maybe one side is a lot easier for you. I know my left is my happy side and this feels really good. Not so much on the other side. You've had your 3 breaths. You can gently start to walk your hands up, undoing any blocks or padding or books that you have underneath you, and gently help your back leg around to the front. Left foot comes on the inside of the right thigh. Remove any padding under the glutes. Lift the chest, elongate up towards the roof, and exhale to fold forward over the leg. Again, seeing if you can avoid rounding through the back, and see if you can walk your hands forward as you lift the chest and elongate through the spine, and then exhale to fold. I have a micro bend, or actually today, because I'm so stiff, quite a decent bend in my front knee because my hamstrings are very tight at the moment. And that's okay if you need that to get more of an opening through your back. Gently walk your hands up, cross your legs. I actually put my hand behind the back of my knee to cross my legs, so my hamstrings are happy. And step or jump back into high plank and move through your flow of choice. Exhale, coming down to the floor. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale into down dog. Look between your hands, place your knees between your hands and both legs out in front of you. Removing any padding from underneath the glutes. First 2 fingers or a strap if you have one at home, or I'll give you a few options if you don't have either of those. First 2 fingers around the big toe. Now, if you can't do this and lift your foot, you can actually just grab the back of your leg. So from the side, what it looks like is this. So I'm just getting again into those hamstrings and lifting up. Ross is ignoring me. Come on. If you can't get that, you can just grab your leg for now. That's fine. For the next one, archer pose, we're going to bend the knee and bring it up into the armpits. What it looks like is this. So your shin is parallel to the floor and your front arm bones are also parallel to the floor, pulling back like a bow and arrow. If this hurts your toe, you can grab on the outside of your foot. Now from here, we're going to bring the arch of the right foot on the inside of the left elbow and interlace fingers around the front, and the right elbow comes around the knee. If that doesn't happen for you, you can literally just grab your foot and touch your knee like this. And that's absolutely fine. So whichever option, just take that now. And we'll be doing little movements to the side and back to center. So exhale to side, or inhale to side, exhale to center. And just really rocking that leg. Out to the side, we'll open the hip and then bring it back in. Let's do one more. Now from here, we're going to raise the leg up and down. So this will be really getting into the flexibility of that right leg. So foot up is feeling the tension, and exhale down. Let's do another 3 times. Up, down. The last time we're up, we're going to stay here for 5 counts. And gently bring it back down to the shin being parallel to the floor. Compass pose. I'm not going to be able to do this today on this right leg because my hamstring's so tight, but some of you may be able to do it. So you want to have your right shoulder underneath your right knee or next to it. And from here, you can just play with gently starting to see how it feels to straighten the leg. I might be able to do it on the other side, but after my splits training, I'm so stiff, I can't actually straighten my leg. So you can straighten your leg eventually and open the side, but you can just play here with little lengthens and straightens. We're going to come into a fun arm balance here, which is why I'm teaching this pose. You want to come into 8 angle pose or to have a try. So you want your elbow on your right arm bent, and you're going to bring your left foot and see if you can hook it around the front so that they're hooked together. This is step 1. Then you're going to bend into your elbows a lot and see if you can shift your weight onto your elbows and lift your glutes. Can you do that? Have a go. If you can do that, it means you can do the full version of the pose. If you want to try the full version, you just hinge forward and legs go out to the side to 8 ankle pose. So just have a play with each of those options. Just lifting the glutes up is really hard, so just play with that. Just lift up and down. And then when you've had enough, we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Just shimmy out the legs a little bit after that. And bringing your knees down, legs straight in front of you, and we'll do the other side together. So this is eight angle pose that we're coming in together, the little arm balance fun. Left fingers around the left toe, raise the foot up, push through the heel, feel the stretch of the back of the hamstring. If you can't get the foot, grab the back of the calf and still feel the same. Arches pose, so if your finger's around your toe, you're bringing your knee in towards your elbow. If your finger doesn't go around your toe, just grab the outside of your foot. Just bringing your knee up into your armpit. This is getting into the hip as well. Exhale, bringing the left foot on the inside of the right elbow, and then interlace fingers, left elbow around the knee, and then we just rock. So as you open the hip, you go out to the side, inhale back to center. So you'll start to feel which part of this stretch is the most juicy. And wherever you feel it the most, I'd like you to stay a little longer. Gently come back to center. We're going to rise the foot up and down 5 times. Inhale to rise, exhale to fall. As you rise the foot up, you really start to notice that intense, maybe you're very flexible, but the intense stretch through the back of the hamstring. One last time. When you're in your last one, we're going to hold it for 5 counts in the fullest flexibility version of this. And gently release. I like to grab the outside of my right foot, left foot this time, and placing my hand on the floor. If you get your knee as close as you can to your upper shoulder, and then grab the outside of your foot and just play with straightening and bending a little bit. Now, if you're super bendy, you might be able to open up. I can kind of do it on this side today, but if your shoulder can open up over the top of you and you can start to play with straightening the leg, that's full compass. Otherwise, just have a little play with, this is still pretty intense, staying here. If you want to try 8 angle pose, make sure you bend your left elbow a lot. So there's this little hook. So you're hooking the back of the knee over the back of the arm. Bring the right foot around. So you're hooking the foot around. So I'm hooking the front, my right foot underneath my left. And then see if you can sit forward and lift the glutes off the floor. How you going? Oh, good one, Ross. If you can lift the front glutes off the floor, you can lean forward and use a little hinge to extend the legs to the side and bring the chest down. This is the full version. So just have a play, even lifting the glutes. We get to play more with this one. I'll teach it for the next month so you get more opportunity. And then coming it back into our downward facing dog. Last pose is full splits. Are you ready? The right foot comes forward, left knee down. Taking a breath, patting up the back knee. We're going to straighten through the front leg, come into half splits. If you don't think your body is going to do full splits, you can just stay in half splits. That's absolutely cool. If you want to have a play with full splits, we're going to try it now together. We're going to hold it for maybe a minute. See how we go. Inhale, coming forward, and exhale back. Now I'm super tight on this hamstring, so I'm going to get a block on the medium level and have it prepared. So straighten my front leg, and I'm going to sit on that block. Because my hamstring's so tight, my front leg is not straight. Maybe yours is straighter than mine. You can see there, that block. But the most important thing here is we're not twisting into the hips. If your left hip is twisting back, this is not splits. This is a kind of cheating. It's naughty. So let's start going together. We're trying to straighten the hips so they're straight. You want your back, top of your foot on the floor. If your back foot is twisted out to the side, also want to see if you first, before anything, get the top of the foot on the floor at the back, because that is going to straighten your hips. Even if you don't come as far, it's super important. You can also have 2 blocks on the side of you to prop yourself up to help use gravity a little bit more. I'm being a little bit gentle with this hamstring on this side because it's already had a pretty hard time this week. And if you're leaning forward a little bit, that's okay if you feel pressure in your back. But if you don't feel pressure in your back, see if you can come up straight. This is actually better for the hip flexors and we'll get deeper as well. And just see if you close your eyes for a moment wherever you are. This won't be comfortable. This will be challenging. We're coming back to that theme of acceptance of where we are, not only in our splits or in yoga, but in life, having a sense of acceptance of how things are right now. Gently bringing your hands down. Bring your left hand on the inside of your front knee and help it bend forward. Remove any blocks coming onto your right leg and then help your back foot in, coming into a child's pose for a second, wide legs. And after this class, if you want to spend a little longer in your splits, you can do that. Gently coming back up, pushing into downward facing dog. Whew. Feel through the backs of those hamstrings. See if one feels different to the other. Left foot forward comes forward this time and right knee down. So coming forward into that front hip to really feel the stretch, and exhale, come back into half splits. Inhale back into deep runner's lunge. Exhale, half splits. Now, if you want to try full splits, we'll do the same thing on this side. Elongate that front leg. See, this side is much happier for me, my front hamstring, because the leg is straight. And make sure there's space for your hips. I'm quite twisted in my hip at the moment, so I'm going to work with straightening the hip, making sure my back foot is flat on the floor and hips are as straight as I can manage. As soon as I straighten my hips, I feel my front hip flexor and my hamstring a lot more. Coming up high, if you're getting into your splits lower than me, if you have your body weight over your hips, it's going to help you with gravity to push yourself down even more. And what I'd love you to do is take a picture of yourself after this class in your splits, and we're going to see if we can improve together. So before and after photos are really effective. If you don't have someone at home to help you can use a timer on your iPhone. 10-second time is always good. And send them to me too, so I get to see how you guys go. Gently from here, folding forward, removing any blocks, placing your right hand on the inside of your left knee to help bend it. Oh, and coming into a wide knee child's pose. Just maybe I like to move from side to side in my hips here because it feels quite tight after all of this work we've done. And when you're ready, rolling onto your back, we'll come into some nice twists to realign the spine. Exhale, bring right knee into chest, interlace fingers around the shin and pull the knee up towards the armpits. Exhale, bring the knee over the top of the body for supine twist, gazing towards the opposite hand if it feels nice for the neck. Gently come back to center, straighten both legs out. Other side, left knee comes into chest, interlace fingers around shin, pulling it up tight towards left armpit. Exhale, bring the leg over the top of the torso to the other side, supine twist. Trying to keep both shoulders on the floor here to keep the twist in the spine. Inhale back to center. Exhale, push the lower back into the floor, flex the feet like they're flat on the roof, and pull them in towards armpits. This really elongates the spine and makes it nice and happy before Shavasana. Straightening the legs now and coming into our final resting pose, Shavasana. allowing the whole body to totally relax. Legs and arms are spread wide, and letting any tension in the face melt away and in the jaw, creating space between the teeth. And with every exhale, you become more relaxed. And because you're at home, you're welcome to stay here longer. So we're on time. I'll be bringing all the others out together with me. You're welcome to stay as you are. Or exhale, bring your knees in towards your chest and give yourself a big hug. Maybe a little rock to side to massage the sacrum. When you're feeling ready, keeping eyes closed, roll onto your favorite side and use your bottom arm as a pillow for your head. Keeping eyes closed, gently push yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Gently placing your hands on your quads or on your knees, rolling your shoulders back and down. And I'll leave you today with a quote that really caught my heart. And the Chinese proverb, it says, tension is what or where you think you should be, and relaxation is what you are. So I'll say that again so you really hear that. Tension is what or where you think you should be, and relaxation is what or where you are. So finding that acceptance of where we are right now. Maybe we're not anywhere near full splits. Maybe we're not anywhere near where we want to be, even in our life. Having that acceptance and love and joy of where we are in this moment. Hands to the heart center, taking a big breath in. And exhale, release. Namaste, everyone. The light within me honors the light within you. I hope you had a lovely class. I hope it was challenging and releasing. It definitely was for me because I'm very tight. I'm more strong than flexible. So I've been trying to, in these classes, focus on flexibility, but within the stability and strength of the joint. So I hope you are enjoying the classes. I'm going to have to read the comments. We'll see you soon, guys. Bye.